a couple times of going back and forth with her, I was like, oh, okay, so this is just the Ramona coaster. So I'm not going to take this personal.
We call her the Ramona coaster because she is all over the place.
I was a little irritated.
By me?
You kind of kicked it off. Ramona's not my friend. You're my friend. So act like it.
We are going to still see a lot more of you on this amazing special that everyone is just so excited for, Ultimate Girls Trip. I mean, what can you tease about it? The trailer dropped, but what can you tell us about what that was like for you?
I was so excited to be a part of the first Ultimate Girls Trip. This is something that the fans have been wanting forever. Even, if I took myself outside of the show, this is something that I would want to watch if I was a Housewife fan. So I was very excited to be a part of the first Ultimate Girls Trip. And it was, an ultimate trip. However, ultimately, there was some drama. And I definitely bumped heads with a couple people on the trip.
Can you spill a little bit as to what might have been the catalyst for a little bit of the drama, or who?
I felt like, without giving too much away, there were a couple different situations. And one situation, it was just a matter of me feeling just a little disappointed and one of the ladies on the trip, and hurt and actually disrespected. So that had to be addressed, and I did. And I felt like once that conversation was had, that it just kind of, I couldn't really shake it. Like, it just kind of set the tone for the rest of the trip for me. And with the other lady, who I can't say, we just didn't really agree on something. And I will say, to her credit, she did apologize quite a few times. And at that point, I was just kind of in a funk, and I just was like, I just couldn't let it go. And looking back, I wish I had just accepted the apology and just let it go already. I kind of held on to it because I'm a processor. It's not like, if you do something to hurt my feelings, I just don't, you saying, oh, well, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Like, I still am in my feelings a little bit. And I just want you to leave me alone for a little bit so I can just go and reboot and reset, and then I can come back. And sometimes it may take a day or two or three. And that's just how it is, because in real life, if one of your friends hurts your feelings or whatever, you just can go home and you don't have to be around them for like a week or two. But when you're on a show and you're in a house with these women, then you have to still see them.
Well, there was someone who, I'm not exactly sure who you might be referring to. I can't wait to see who those two women are, but someone who
there was three. I didn't even get to the third one.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But one I'll go ahead and say was definitely Ramona. Honestly, I think everybody kind of had a moment with Ramona. And oddly enough, I mean, Ramona's the one that once I said what I said to her and we kind of, moved on, it was kind of easy to move on from Ramona, because I think Ramona just is Ramona. And I just don't want to say she doesn't know better, but she just kind of just shoots off the cuff, kind of crazy, and things land the wrong way, and it's almost like there's no sensitivity chip there. And after about a couple times of going back and forth with her, I was like, oh, okay, so this is just the Ramona coaster. So I'm not going to take this personal.
So do you think though that she gets too much of a pass sometimes though, because everyone's just like, oh, well, that's just Ramona?
Well, you would have to ask my good friend Luann about that, because she has to see Ramona a lot more than I do. You know what I mean? Like, I could deal with Ramona for 8 days. I don't know if I can deal with Ramona for 8 months of filming. But I mean, I will say, I honestly, at the end of the day, I'm fine with Ramona. She just doesn't really take it that seriously. Like, she just is Ramona, and it is what it is.
So a big topic on Ramona's season of Real Housewives of New York was the whole race issue with Ebony. I mean, is that something that came up at all during Ultimate Girls Trip, or were there just other issues with Ramona?
I don't remember that specifically coming up with this group of women. I do know that there was an article that came up that was discussed with a couple of us that I honestly didn't know anything about. But no, I wouldn't say that race specifically came up in this group with Ramona, no.